Hyundai's Black Friday demo event is on now. The Tradie Hour Carumba Plumbers Hub, your partner in plumbing excellence. But we've been talking a lot of cricket, a lot of rugby league to talk through too. Let's do this.
It's an NRL news update. Subscribe to SEN League on YouTube and the SEN podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Alrighty, very patient man it appears, Ben Hunt, and it appears he's got what he wants. He goes back to where it all started, having won a competition in fact, producer Jeremy, did they win that competition in the Toyota Cup, Canberra versus Brisbane? They win or lose that one? Canberra won.
Yeah.
Canberra won. A little controversy about that, but he was captaining the other side with Anthony Griffin, the coach of the Broncos, way back when. That might have been 2008 is my best guess there. Ben Hunt returns to the Broncos on a 2-year deal, according to the Sydney Morning Herald, Adrian Prezenko and Danny Wilder. He'll finish his NRL career at the club, which he started at, and the terms appear to be this way, Brian, $550,000 per season. This has come through. He's very flattered by the interest from those clubs, but unfortunately opted to finish his career in Brisbane, said Hunt's manager Cole Davis. It was a difficult decision, and he hadn't made up his mind until yesterday. So clearly he did want to go back to Queensland, and that had been spoken about. I just wonder, the $550 is well below the $1 million reportedly was on at the Dragons.
Yeah.
They're a big third-party club.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I also read that they've offered him a job in the third year in the coaching staff.
Right.
So they could, in lieu of going like the 2-year deal at 1.8.
Yep.
Maybe go the 500 or 600, and then the following year that's how he gets his earn.
So what's the plan then? Is he 9?
9. Oh, well, until Ezra, I reckon he'll play 6 until Ezra comes back.
Yeah, so it serves a couple of purposes, doesn't it?
And then that's a good looking spine when they get if and when Ezra gets back.
What do you do if you're Billy Walters? Dad's gone. This has happened. Do you see Billy Walters round one hanging around?
I think so. I thought he had a great year.
He was great.
Year.
I agree.
He can play in the middle as well.
But you could tell, and they're a stand-up family, right? But you could easily see how that would hurt. Your dad being speared the way he was.
Yeah.
And then now you've got this happening. It'd be natural not to have some kind of agitation to at least think.
But they're professionals and they understand. And Madge has got a job to do. We might not see Ezra back, so he might be 9. He might start at 9. But you would expect, and they got the young Moser kid too. So I would expect Benny Hunt to be playing in the halves with no Ezra. Okay,
last night on Sports Day with Sats and the Rat, before the deal was confirmed, Madge had this to say about Ben Hunt. Just repeating, this was before this became big news.
Look, if we're fortunate enough to land someone of Benny Hunt's calibre, it'd be pretty special. He's a special human being. He's achieved a lot in the game. All I hear about from his time in the Australian camp is that he was one of the greatest leaders in that camp, and he didn't even play. So that says a lot about a person. Having someone of that stature in and around the group would be pretty great. He'll be able to show the younger players, or even some of the senior players, sometimes whether or not you're an old or young, you can help reminding each other about what you want to achieve. And he's a player of that stature that he, as you said, he tends to get a lot of media attention, but he likes to do it through his actions. I guess that allows people to say what they like.
Shawnee Ormond for Sportsbet will join us shortly. We'll get his view on how much does that shift the market for the Broncos. But when you think about it, Brian, the recipe of the calamity, which was last year, their major aggression, you get someone like a Ben Hunt, you just know their off-season's a lot harder than last year.
Yep.
They just have to.
They'll improve. But if you've got the calibre of a Ben Hunt available, you'd be mad not to go for him. And at 600,000, if that reporting is correct, that is a bargain. Yeah,
it's a bargain. It is a bargain. There's no doubt about that. Meanwhile, in Dragonland, Lachlan Ilias signs a 2-year deal at the Dragons. I like this. What do you think, Dragons fans? He'll join former Rabbitohs teammate Damien Cook, who I dare say would have had a few words to talk about that. I felt very, very sorry for Lachlan Ilias because I felt like he was playing with a team at the time who were just totally checked out.
Yeah.
And you're this youngster trying to make, your biggest imprint on the game. And I'm not red penning him just yet. One of the South fans here, Keegan's going, I'm not a fan of Lachlan Ilias. Well, that may be the case. But he's a kid.
He's a kid, and it's very, very similar to what happened to Tommy Dearden when he was at the Broncos.
Yep.
They had no sort of grunt in the middle.
No.
He couldn't get on the front foot. Goes to the Cowboys, and the rest is history. I'm not saying Lachlan Ilias is going to be at that level. He may be one day. But one thing he's got going for him that a lot of young halfbacks don't have is his defence.
Yep.
He whacks them.
And I reckon he's got good temperament too, Brian. Like he looks very composed and in control, good kicking game. I'm totally not unsubscribing from Ilias. No. It sounds like you're not either. No. We were pushing for it. Yeah.
We were saying. I just thought he was obviously on the outer at the Bunnies, but they went through all that drama towards the start of last year. So what's going on?
Oh,
here?
Lots of text coming through. I don't hate this one, Brian.
Oh, hang on, Rooster Man, Billy Waller's to the Roosters.
I don't hate that.
No, I'm still hearing.
Verrills.
Chalks.
Okay. Bill, yeah, okay, yeah. Maybe heaps of texts coming through. Brian's going to sift through those. And they've also picked up Nathan Lawson, remember? So he's the kid who came through the Aussie Sevens. You've got Valentine Holmes, Damien Cook, Clint Gutherson, Lachlan Ilias. Good luck picking the spoon next year, folks. I think the spoon will be harder to pick than the premiership winner. Who is going to get the wooden spoon, Brian?
I think, would you say it's harder to pick than the Melbourne Cup winner?
Sugar Files, yes.
Sugar Files?
They'd say that.
Let's do it. Let's put the Sugar Files into good use. Let's pick a spoon.
Okay.
Put all your...
I'll build a model.
Build a model.
Yep.
Spoon. Sugar spoons.
Yeah. And you can't, look, people are going to text him saying, here's your model, Sugar. They wear orange and black. No, we're not. That's not the model, okay? That's not the model. 1300 01 1170, but it is a fierce race. And at the end of the day, I don't think any of us really know who will get the spoon. It'll come down to injuries and suspension. I really think that's what will happen.